So this is another standard stoichiometry problem. This is actually the second example, so we'll put it up here. This time we're going to start with moles of a reactant, and we're going to try to determine the grams of, in this case, how much of another reactant reacts with our original mole amount. So we're going to still use our simple reaction, the formation of ammonia from hydrogen and nitrogen. And let's pick apart the problem again. What are we starting with? You always start with the numerical amount. So we're starting with 27.9 moles of H2. And you always want to identify what you're heading towards. We're heading towards grams of N2. So our end is grams of nitrogen. Okay. Now this time, unlike the first example, gram to mole, we're starting with moles. So now our first step is going to be a mole ratio step. So we are going to go straight to using the coefficients of the balanced equation to convert from our starting amount of hydrogen moles to figure out how many nitrogen moles we would need to react with it. That's what the mole ratio step will do. Okay, so again, we use our coefficients from the balanced equation. What we're heading to is nitrogen, so its coefficient is 1. What we started out with hydrogen, its coefficient is 3. Okay, that will get us away from moles of hydrogen over to moles of nitrogen. Now, we got to get from moles of nitrogen to grams of nitrogen. Remember, this is N2, so the way we're going to do that is we have to use the molar mass. So the molar mass of N2, nitrogen, is 28.02 grams for every mole. So that'll get rid of our moles of nitrogen. The only unit we're left with is grams of nitrogen, which means we've set the problem up correctly. So now let's solve it. 27.9 moles divided by 3, and then times 28.02 will get us to 260.586 grams. Again, how many sig figs do we have? 1, 2, 3. We ignore these because these are exact numbers. Coefficients do not affect the number of sig figs. This one has 4. If this one has 3, we got to round this to 3. Since it's 260.5, it'll be 261. So 261 grams of nitrogen, all right, will react exactly with 27.9 moles of hydrogen.